All right, Jimbo in Kansas. Keith, recently I've seen articles from quote-unquote Main Street publications breaking the news on dollar being crushed. Along with that, while working out today, an ad selling hard assets referred to the crash of interest rates in the dollar. As reality becomes Wall Street narratives, how should one pivot? It's actually an interesting question because obviously, we've had this. They're sort of catching up to our view on the dollar.
Yeah, they do. They eventually.
And then at some point it becomes consensus, and you see it everywhere. And you kind of see this with, the Bitcoin people right now. They're in a complete frenzy. So it feels like there's some euphoria around this stuff, but
there's a lot of feelings.
But it's hard to measure that too.
Who is it? What's his name?
Jimbo.
So Jimbo, clearly we have a process for that. Last week when I was telling you exactly today, go back last week, not Wednesday, but Thursday. The process for that is exactly what you said. It's not to be Jimbo today sitting on the throne saying, well, I read some dollar bearish stuff, because I'm reading my Wall Street talking points. You can wipe your you-know-what with that, right? It doesn't matter. What matters was when the dollar was oversold, when quite literally everything that was hitting, old wall media that day was talking about down dollar and raging Bitcoin. Then from that oversold signal, that's the only thing that matters in a bearish trend. When is it oversold? When is the net short position greater than 2 standard deviations? That's another thing that matters. But the real thing that drives that is, again, the immediate term trade oversold signal. But quite frequently, consensus, when it becomes consensus, it can be right. That's why we're trying to front run, again, 3 to 6 months, constantly front running Wall Street. Because the narratives are driven by the numbers. And then the numbers start to come out. Guess what? When these numbers start to come out, like 11% GDP, guess what they're going to be, you're not going to need anything to wipe your you-know-what with. People are going to sit there and say, holy God, this is the best numbers we've seen since World War II. Yeah, and we will have capitalized on that.